Hey guys, Eric and Joshua here. We're going to talk about The Flash because we've seen the pilot. They've sent out press screeners of. So here's the caveat. This is not a review. You know, they say on these pilots not to review it yet, and that's for a reason. They could be tweaked. Sometimes there can be minor cast changes. There can be some edit changes because it's a few months away from airing. So we'll have a full review coming down the line. In the meantime, though, I'm curious, you know, and I know my feelings, we'll share them, but first impressions, you know, having seen this is a very highly anticipated show. What did you think, your first impression of this pilot?
I thought it was great. It was almost like a 1 hour movie, like blockbuster movie.
Right.
Like, amazing effects, like great characters. I feel endeared to Grant Gustin now as the Flash. He's a really good Flash. The one thing sort of I didn't love was the villain. He was a pretty like one note, and he was very extreme for just being like a bank robber. We're not going to get into spoilers here, but I'm just gonna a few plot points here and there. But he was a bank robber who suddenly had like a god complex by the end of the hour, and I was like, whoa, that's a little extreme.
Yeah.
But I don't know. What about you? What do you think?
I really enjoyed it too. You know, I really it's horrible. It's hard not to make a pun here about it hitting the ground running, but I did think it started very strong. You know, Arrow took a while to kind of get a feel, and now Arrow's great, but I feel like this is a spin-off, same producers, and I felt the confidence of it, right? Like they felt like we can go on. We already introduced Barry. There didn't have to be quite as much of that. And I really like Grant Gustin too. It goes for it, right? Like Arrow, there was still a little more trepidation about the comic book trappings. This goes all in.
This embraces it fully.
Yeah.
And I love that. And I love that it completely sets itself apart from Arrow. Arrow, this dark, brooding show where it took him a whole season to even get a mask on.
Right.
He gets the full suit in the first episode.
Yeah. And
he's racing around the city at full super speed, and is using his powers. I think it's really good. And I think we need that sort of just full-on superhero like show on TV.
Yeah, and I think, like you said, the costume right away, I feel like this stuff is safe to say because it's in the trailer. The fact that he has kind of a support team working with him, which took Arrow a while to get. But here is, like these people helping him, and there is the scientific angle to it. What do you think overall of like sort of the supporting cast and other characters?
I thought it was really great, and just his character there was fun and lighthearted, but also some that had a more like serious past that they hinted at. I liked that everyone's a little different. But what I really enjoyed as a fan of the comic books is that every single character is pretty much like an Easter egg for something else. Again, I don't want to like spoil everything, but like both his lab assistants, they're like other heroes and or villains from the comic books. And then also there's like this they go through this like debris, and then you see another like big hint at a villain who might come up, and so that was like awesome to see. And it really is just full of like little Easter eggs, but also they just do a good job establishing them like who they are just for general audiences.
No, I agree. It was that nice mix because, like you said, Easter eggs. There's plenty. Not just in the supporting cast, and if you like just look up who their names are, but like you mentioned one, there's other little things that hint at a bigger DC universe. Already the show is directly connected to Arrow.
And there was a Green Lantern.
There is. There's Easter eggs for a lot of things. Again, I feel that one's safe because it's in the trailer again. But it's like, there's just things that are telling you there's a bigger world out there. We don't know if we're going to meet all these characters on this show or on Arrow, but it's just great for them to be like, say, hey, this is out there. And if you don't know that stuff, you can still enjoy the show. It's a really fun show. That's our first impressions of The Flash. We're obviously really excited about this show. Have plenty more to say about it. Full review coming down the line. Keep tuned to IGN for plenty more on The Flash to come. Thanks.